Alrighty guys, I've got all the PlayStations that have ever come out lined up next to me from first generation consoles. So none of the slim consoles, these are just day ones that have all been released. I've got PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5, as you guys can all see here. And there is quite a few dollars resting up on this tower right now. I want to run you guys through the comparison between the different consoles and the different sizes. Then I'm going to run you through the different controllers that have come out from the 5 generations of PlayStations. And yeah, so we'll hop in. First of all, we'll have the PlayStation 5 here. I'm going to compare it to the PlayStation 1. Alrighty, so we do have the PlayStation 1 here, which as you guys can see is a lot different from the PlayStation 5, which I have next to me right here. It is a lot thinner though and a lot smaller. As you guys can see, it's probably 3/4 of the size and quite a bit thin. It's probably the same size as this black insert of the PS5. Now we have the PS2, so as time keeps going on, we started to get a bit different, a bit more futuristic for back in the day. We've got the eject button, power button, all that kind of stuff staying the same. And we did have memory slots, which I didn't show on the PS1, but these are the memory cards we used to have with the old PlayStation. So we have the 8 megabit and 1 megabit for the PlayStation 1 and 8 megabit on the PlayStation 2, which, believe it or not, saved quite a few games. And now we've got an 825 gig SSD storage in the PlayStation 5, so it's a big difference compared to what we used to have back in the days. But that is the PlayStation 2, as you guys can see the difference there. Height difference as well. If I bring it to the side. Again, it's pretty similar size to the PS1 here. As you guys can see that. But the PlayStation 1 was never meant to be standing upwards, it was face down. Next up, we have the big hefty boy for back in the day, which was the PlayStation 3, which weighed quite a bit for its size. As you guys can see, this is probably the closest thing we're going to get to the PS5 in terms of height and width as well. And weight, because this thing's huge for what it is. This was like a 40 gig hard drive, and I think 60 gig as well you could get. And this was about $1,000 for back in the day. But this was the first console out of PlayStation's range that brought HD gaming to reality. HDMI port, obviously, because before it was just standard definition. And as you guys can see, we had touch sensitivity buttons on the front, which was awesome for back in the day. We had a Blu-ray player, Dolby Digital, but this was huge back in the day, and it was very prone to overheating a lot for dust getting caught in the vents, which I think a PS5 has eliminated now with the ability to vacuum out the dust and all that kind of stuff. But that is the PS3. And finally, we bring it to the PS4, which is somewhat current gen, but now next gen has taken over from today. But this is what we're working with from day one, PS4. It was quite a cool design for when it released in 2014. But as you guys can see how different the sizes are between that and the PS5. PS5 is quite a lot bigger and just a way different design compared to the PS4. It's very symmetrical on the PS4 compared to the PS5, which is a lot more futuristic and bold and out there. But comparing that to the PS4 Pro, which was released I think about a year or 2 years ago, as you guys can see, that's a lot bigger compared to the original PlayStation 4. But PS5 still trumps all of those consoles. Alrighty guys, so putting that to the side, because you've seen the consoles, now I'm going to show you guys something that I haven't seen a video on, which is the controller difference between PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and then the PlayStation 5 controller as well. Let me just try to get them all up in the shot here. Alright, as you guys can see, we started off on the PlayStation 1 controller here with no analog sticks. And just buttons for R1 and R2 and L2 and L1 as well. Circle X and that hasn't really changed that much along the way, as you guys can see, compared to the PS5, where it's changed a lot more than it had from the PS4 to the PS3. But we had select, start and stop. Then we moved on to the PS2 controller, which had the bigger L2 and R2 buttons. Again, got analog sticks as well, which was something new that we hadn't seen before. But the D-pad and X, triangle, circle will all stay the same pretty much, and select, start was there as well, and we had the analog button as well. So that was our first look into I think this was the DualShock 2 if I'm not mistaken. Then we moved on to the DualShock 3 for the PS3, and we finally got the triggers here that actually felt like triggers, and my right one is actually broken. Shows how long I haven't played PlayStation 4. We had the 4 buttons, 4 lights here that illuminated which controller you were out of number 4, 1 to 4 should I say. Again, triggers were a bit, I mean, the thumbsticks were very similar, if not a bit smaller. And then we finally got rid of the analog button and we got the PlayStation button. That used to bring us back to the PlayStation home screen and all that kind of stuff. So that was that one. Then we moved on to the PS4 controller, which we're all very familiar with now. Again, the triggers did get a bit of an upgrade as well, a bit tapered, and they do feel a lot better. We got the light for distinguishing, again, what player you are. Got the touchpad. We've got this share and options button changed from the select and share button. The PlayStation button stayed the same or just carried over. Had the speaker there. The triggers, I mean, the thumbsticks did actually change as well. As you guys can see, they're a bit more concave now. So your fingers don't slip as much. The overall shape did change a lot from the PS3 to the PS4. The idea was the same idea was there, but everything just grew in size in comparison. And that brings us over to the PS5, which again has upgraded. As you guys can see, it's a bigger controller compared to the PS4. And as you guys can see, we have lost the front light here, but instead we've got a light that goes around the touchpad area. So we still have the touchpad. We have our options and share button as well. Our D-pads is similar, but it does feel a lot better on the PS5. X, triangle, and circle. Again, it doesn't feel as clicky as you probably can hear that. A lot more clickier sounds on the PS4, but it does feel more tactile on the PS5. Thumbsticks, because they're brand new, they do look, obviously, and feel a bit better compared to the used ones on the PS4 here. We also, obviously, keep the speaker. PlayStation button has changed a little bit, but still PlayStation button. We do have a microphone now built in to the PS4, to the PS5 controller with the mute button right there, and on the back sides of them, we do have another microphone there, and our slot for our headphones and charging capabilities on the PS5 controller. But apart from that, those are the controllers from all the generations of consoles, ranging from PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, and PS5. Alrighty guys, that wraps up the video. As you guys can see, we have all the consoles lined up here from PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, and I got the PS5 in the middle because it's the brand new console. If you guys have enjoyed, make sure to smash the thumbs up button. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in another video.